This video is for section 7.6 on sine and cosine. We're going to use a special right triangle to find sine and cosine. This will be the last video for this section. So we know things about sine and cosine. We also know things about 30, 60, 90 triangles and 45, 45, 90 triangles. So to find the sine of a 60-degree angle, you don't need a calculator to do that. If we were to draw a 30, 60, 90 triangle here, and again, you don't need to do this, but we're going to do it right now just for reference. We call our short leg x. Remember, our long leg is x squared of 3. Our hypotenuse would be 2x. That's how 30, 60, 90s work. So if you're finding sine of a 60, remember sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of 60 would then be x squared of 3 over 2x. And it looks weird, but these are multiplied together and so are these. So what happens is those x's cancel and you're just left with the square root of 3 over 2. And this works for any number here. That's why I used a variable. But if you wanted to put a 5 in there in both spots, the same thing's going to happen. It's going to cancel. Or you could put a 7 or a 29, whatever you want to do. But this is your ratio. Sine of 60 is square root of 3 over 2. Now I'm going to prove that in my calculator. I'm going to type in sine of 60, and it's going to give me 0.866. Then I'm going to type in square root of 3, and I'm going to divide that by 2. And it's going to give me the same exact answer. That's how I know that I'm right. Now, if you want sine of 30, I'll use my little picture for reference again, but you really don't need to. You can do this without the picture. Sine of 30 is opposite over hypotenuse. It would be x over 2x. Maybe that looks weird to you, but those cancel. They're basically asking you, what is the ratio of the short leg to the hypotenuse? It's 1 to 2. The short leg is half of the hypotenuse. Okay, and I can check this. Sine of 30 gives me 0.5. That's exactly what 1/2 is. That's the answer. Cosine of 60. Still using the same triangle. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's x over 2x again, which we know is 1/2. I'll double check. What is cosine of 60? It's 1/2. That's your answer. I'll bet you could already guess what the cosine of 30 is going to be. It's going to be this guy. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of 30 is x squared of 3 over 2x. So those x's cancel. That gives you square root of 3 over 2. 45s are easier because remember the legs match. I'll just put this up here for reference. We'll use a y since we used x's over here. The legs are the same. The hypotenuse is that leg times square root of 2. Find the sine of a 45-degree angle. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we're talking about y divided by y squared root of 2. The y's cancel. Sine of 45 is going to give you a number. It's 0.707. What is 1 divided by the square root of 2? It's the same number. Now, watch what happens when you take the cosine of a 45. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. You get the same exact thing here. It's still 1 over square root of 2. Why does that happen? Well, because your legs are the same in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, so it's the same ratio to the hypotenuse.